Hello everyone, welcome back. Tonight we are at Silverstone for the F2 CDR. Last week we was in Mexico City. Rick took the win last week after taking pole position. Also congratulations in order for... Where's that just gone? Hang on a moment. Rick, Harold and Fake Scouser on the podium last week. Fake Scouser second race in to get himself on the podium. Not bad going that by himself. DNF last week for Ola Ritchie. Unfortunately, that's dented his chances of retaining his title. Obviously, a long way to go yet. 10 races after this to go. Only just got the season going. Quite a few different podium sitters. So let's have a look at the championship at the moment. No, I haven't got them. A second. Anyway, only a minute left now till the guys are readying up. As I say, season 15, CDR, round 3 this is. Going round the longest serving F1 track on the calendar. Been going since the very first race. Let's see if the Great British weather throws us some unexpected surprises. Has the tendency to throw a bit of rain in England every now and again. See if we can have a new pole sitter this week. 3 out of 3. Rick last week, and it was Northern Nat the week before. Evening Mechanical, how we doing, mate? Good to have you back in the comment section. It's a shame we don't get full quali. We don't get a chance to speak in the thing, because we have this and then you're off. Yeah, I haven't got the updated stats for this week. I do apologise for that. Try and do some quick maths. Rick's definitely taken P1 in the championship with Northern Nat and Richie dropping points. He's only 3 points behind, and after two wins under his belt last week, that has definitely sent him to the top of the standings going into round 3. The lads just starting to ready up now. Not long till we get this one-shot qualifying underway. Full grid, that's what we like to see. And we also have an old former F2 champion in JJ Latto joined us this evening. Nice to have you in the lobby once again, JJ. Sure you give Luke and Richie a run for the money. Off we go. We were going to be on board with this evening for the qualifying lap. Corners of Silverstone to come, and it is raining. Only light drizzle, but it will be wet enough for the intermediate tyres. Oh, we have full wets in F2. So who are we going to have on pole this afternoon? Are we going to have a new pole sitter? Or is Rick going to pull another stonking wet lap out of his pocket in the same conditions as we had last week? Looks a bit drier than it was in Mexico, but the track's still very much wet. Or can JJ throw a lap out? I know he's got pace from a few seasons back. We're on board this evening with Max Mario as he goes into turn 1. So nice apex sliding around on the exit there. Goes flat out through Aintree, still in the wet, down the Wellington straight for the first time this evening. Picking your braking spot for Brooklands is going to be tricky, gets it pretty much nailed. Nice section through Luffield. It's on the power as soon as I possibly can. Down towards Cox we go. Definite lift in these cars in this condition. He managed to keep it within the white lines on the exit. Looks like it went off, but does not invalidate. Must have got away with one as Max Mario there. His lap will still count. As it goes through Baggots and Beckett's now. Car sliding around a lot. Exit the chapel, down the hanger straight. No DRS obviously, of course. Last couple of corners now. Can make or break it through Stoke. As it comes down to Vale chicane. Where's this lap going to put Max Mario this evening? Final corner through Club. Keeps it within track limits. Does he skip over the curb as Glock goes P1? He definitely does go wide there, but somehow keeps the lap time over 53.6. New member to the league in Glock, taking pole position in his first F2 race tonight with a 50.1. Harold P2, 1.1 second behind with 51.3. Alva Ritchie up there again in P3, just 4 tenths behind. No one invalidating laps there. We've got Chaos starting from the back. Wookie also at the back. Unusual for Wookie. Mustn't be liking the tricky conditions out on track. Rick also starting from P17. That's a shocker of a lap from Rick. He would have expected more after last week's performance. JJP 15, Nerf Pack 14, just in front is Max Mario. $11 laps of the sprint to come now. Are we going to have same conditions, or is it going to have brightened up? Oh, it's even wetter. It is throwing it down in Silverstone this evening. Definitely for the sprint. Wonder if guys would have known in whether it would have been wet or not. Obviously to adjust setups, etc. Or comes out of Parc Fermé, of course, for the feature race. Setups can be changed from sprint to feature. Definitely just thrown a curveball towards the drivers this evening in this rain. These F2 cars are quite tricky to handle at the best of times. See how much grip the track is giving. So Chip Hazard, after qualifying P10, does take pole position in the sprint. Just behind him is CDR King Lutman, starting P2. Don't think needs no tyres. everyone on the wets. Just behind Luckman in P3 is another new member in the league, James. Good evening, James. Good luck, and hope you settle in well. And we've got last year's championship contender in Were 45. Just after him, we have Mechanical, who won the Constructors Championship with Richie last year. Just behind him, CDR Luke. We know we've got quite a lot of pace in these cars. Can he pull a win out of the bag tonight? Fake Scouser, another newcomer, a couple of races in. He's got some pace. See how he goes out in the wet this evening. Behind him, he has the championship reign leader in Oliver Richie. He's starting P8. Got Harold in P9 after a podium last week. Can he make the moves up the grid this evening? And pole position sitter Glock starting P10. Quite a few new names in the CDR this season. Good to see newcomers, always welcome. Got Bloomstar in P11. Carl Trim, seasoned vet in CDR now. He's starting P12. Max Mario, a couple of seasons in for him. He's starting P13. Nerf Pack, one of the admin team for the league, starting P14. JJ Lato, last year's championship winner. He's starting P15, first race in these Formula 2 cars for him. CV Gold, regular in the F2, starting P16. Rick, after a stunning race last week, he starts in P17. Kane in P18. Wookie out of position, I think, in P19. And Chaos, yet to see his pace, starting at the back. As Carl misses his grid spot. Got Chip Hazard waiting on pole position now for the lights to go out. Four lights, five lights go out, and we are off for CDR round 3 here in Silverstone. Very touchy get away from most of the drivers there. We're going to try the move on James. He is going to make the move. Woodman and Chip staying as put for now. Got Fake Mechanical dropping a couple of places. Fake Scouser and Luke moving up in says 5th and 6th place. Rich is still in P8. It's got a big traffic jam going through the first couple of corners. It's Chip 0.7 seconds in front. We've got Kane on JJ. Makes a move. Is he going to try up the inside of Wookie here? Wookie's around the inside line. We can get the power down quickest. Got Orange of Harold squirrely in the background there. On board with the front runners, Chip and CDR Luckman. Just 0.6 of a second, nearly 0.7 separating them two. Big battle going on here for 4th position though. James under attack from Luke, Scouser and Mechanical. All of them waiting to pounce. Rick's up 5 positions already. He's up into P12. Great start from Rick. So's Wookie up into P14. Harold's had a terrible start, down 9 in P18. Chip just managing that 0.6, 0.7 gap to Luckman behind. No mandatory pit stops in the sprint, of course. Can they get these set of wet tyres to the end? Chip puts the fastest lap in. Someone going wide there. That looked like, don't know who that was. It's not Orange. Might have been Bloomster going wide. He's where he started in P11. Got Fake Scouts and Glock going wheel to wheel into turn 1. Chip pulling away from Luckman there, 1.2 second lead now. Everyone single file going into Brooklands, no one close enough to make any sort of a move. side by side. He's going to get the inside line on Bloomster. Rick does make the move to P11. He's going to have the inside for Cops. Makes a move well before that though. With putting Block under serious pressure. Rick's under big pressure from Fake Scouser behind as well. This is full as fit as Glock was going sideways through Chapel there. Two-second gap out now from Chip. Absolutely cracking couple of laps from Chip. Just managing that pace. Lutman we know has got serious pace. Can't live with him at the moment. As Glock moves up past James. Chip has done the fastest lap. Clean air's really paying dividends there out in front. Got a battle with Rick and Carl now. Rick is the next. Carl's the next car in front of Rick. He'll want to tick off. How close the pack is though. Everyone in front also fighting for position. Just the front two out of DRS now to P11. Looks like I'm going to try the move. Who's that? Richie looks like he's having a bit of lag there. You'll be seeing that on his screen. It's not doing it, it's not that bad, but it's not what you need for the cars around. As James is putting Were under big pressure into Cops. Can he stick to the back of him through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel and then down the hanger straight? Can he make that move? Pack's dropping down further back. I'll look at that in a moment. Quite a good battle going on at the back there, if I look to that. Looks under big pressure from Scouser. This is the battle from P15 all the way to P19. Nerf Pack. There's a Nerf Pack centre up the inside of Kane, trying to go 3 wide into Vale. Wide close driving as Nerf Pack loses another position to Harold. CV Gold's on the back of this, trying to pick up scraps as that was Kane going off. He's going to lose the place to Nerf Pack. It's all going on at the back here. Harold sent it on gold. Evening Pite's Eyes. Nice to have you in the chat, mate. Great battle going on at the back of the grid here, if you're catching this. Sea Eagles just dropped back by a couple of tenths now. I was keeping in touch with these three battling out in front. These three still going at it. Harold trying it on Kane. Nerf Pack just edges out in front. Bulls Lutman's dropped down to P3 now. Block takes P2 with a 2.1 second gap to Chip and a 1.7 second gap behind him to Lutman. Just watching this cracky battle at the back. Nose to tail now for a couple of laps. Is Harold going to overtake Kane? He does so. Teammates didn't fight that too hard. Just Chip. Oh, Block setting the fastest lap, putting pressure on Chip. Just took 6 tenths out of him in the last couple of sectors. He's drifting round turn 1 and 2. This is battle for the lead. Lap 5 of 11 this evening in a wet Silverstone. JJ first with track limit warning, track limit penalty, sorry. Last week we had quite a lot of penalties. Can we have a bit of a cleaner one this week for penalties? As I say, that Max is the next one to pick a 3-second time penalty up. How close the back of the top 10 is here. Just got full chipping by another second in that lap. No DRS still, of course. He won't have that aid down the straights. Is he going to line up a move now? Chip going very deep into Beckett, out on the exit of Beckett's. It's just 2 attempts. He's not going to try dink it up the inside. Chip goes defensive. He's going to try and send him into the wet stuff. Glock almost loses it there on the wet part of the track. We're going to go side by side into Vale, but Glock is going to have the inside line. Chip tries the old switch back. Can he get the power down? Glock is sliding about. Is he going to try and send it up the inside of turn 1? Ooh, he thinks about it. Nearly side by side there. Good racing from the two of them. Chip's not letting him go without a fight here. As we go through the loop. Start of lap 6. Just Glock now to start to pull away. Trying to cool them tyres down on the wet stuff there. Yeah, 7 tenths now to Chip behind. And a 4.5 second gap back down to Luckman. JJ picks up another 3 seconds. Rick's up to P9, let's have a look at the positions. Glock, after taking pole, fights all the way back to first position from 10th. He's up 9, Chip's down 1, Luckman's up down 1, so is James, Luke's up 1. He's down 2. Another big gainer is Wookie up 6 and Rick up 8. Rick just getting into the points, but he's only a 10th and a half behind Mechanical. Got Richie just behind him as well. These two could be battling out for the championship a little bit later on in the calendar. Judging by Glock's pace as well, if he sticks around for full-time seat, he could be up there as well. Teetered up into that final chicane. No one close enough to make a move with Glock. Now 152, fastest lap. Big pressure from Scouse. Still hasn't made the move on Were yet though. Just hasn't got the exit out of the corners. He sends it into turn 3. Is he going to make that move? Does make the apex. Great move from Fake Scouser on Were there. As Mechanical now trying to go up the inside of Were. Thinks better of it. Were with good defensive positioning. Is Mechanical going to try around the outside of Brooklands? Were just cuts it off at the last minute. Were could be Mechanical could be under pressure here from Richie behind. Bit of a tap there by Rick. Glock now 2.9 second lead out in front. Since he's taken the lead from Chip, just sailed off into the distance. Got Rick and Mechanical is side by side through Magus and Beckett's in the wet. Never failed to throw out the action, the F2. Is Rick going to make a move now? Could Richie also try and send it as well? Richie everywhere on the track at the moment. Just stays. Takes a bit of curb nearly. Loses the car. A bit further up. Fate Gelser on with that move. Onward. Just a lap ago. He's now got CDR Luke in front of him. Rain doesn't seem to be getting any lighter either, so it's in for the full race. This. CDR Luke only 2.5 tenths behind James now. As Wookie picks up a time penalty, but the two behind him also have it, so it's not much of a worry up to now. 3 laps to go after this. Jump on board with Luke. As James goes off track there, that will be a warning for him. So it does Luke for his troubles. Dirty Air in this game is very overpowered. This is close enough to send it now. Doesn't look to be. We're going to have a move into Vale. Just a bit too far behind. Word now picks for 3 seconds. That's race ruining for Word. That drops him well out the top 10. It's what, 5 seconds out in front. Jump on board. Absolute masterclass in his first race tonight. Not easy conditions whatsoever here. He's made it look easy tonight. He's got a yellow flag there. I think that might have been. Oh, JJ lost their end plates. Rick's still trying to get past Mechanical. He's got Luke going very attacking. Isn't close enough. Rick's still not close enough to Mechanical to make the move. Further back, Williams to go in slow. Look, he's just made it past. Making that move on Mechanical out of the exit of Cops. Unusual overtaking point in the wet. Cracking overtake by Rick. Chip in his own little race there, 6 seconds in front, 6 seconds behind him, under no pressure whatsoever. Can just bring it home for the next couple of laps. That'll be a podium in the sprint for Chip. This is the battle for that final podium position though. 5 drivers in that 1 second of each other. No DRS still low. Now picks up a time penalty, so he would have made the place to but now he will stay behind. JJ retires from the session. James still going at it. Scouser wants in on the action as well. Really defensive on the inside. The cops there. Rick couldn't make that move. Close midfield at the moment. Clock's now got a 2-second lead out in front. Absolutely smashed it out of the park tonight. As he starts the final lap of the sprint. They're not going to make the move into Vale. Everyone just a bit too far behind there. Not brave enough on the brakes. Rick's almost pushing that through that corner as they start the final lap. As Glock is already gone past turn 5. Rick does make it past where there. Just as I went off board, he makes the move. Where's going quite slowly out of the exit of 4. And have mechanical all over his gearbox as it comes to the braking zone of Brooklands. Just a bit too far behind though. Glock's just coming round cops. Start Maggots and Beckett's. Then comes Chip. And we've got Luckman, James, Luke, Scouser. Scouser and Luckman going side by side into Maggots. As Glock comes to the Vale chicane for the final time in this sprint race. 10.5 seconds to Chip in P2. Glock takes the sprint race win of CDR round 3. Chip going to cross the line to take P2. Luckman will be still fighting James on to the very last corner with 0.333 seconds between them. Luckman wins out on that battle for taking P3. Rick were dropped down to P9 and 10 after the time penalties that allows Richie and Mechanical to move up a couple of spots. Just missing out on the points is Carl in P11, but he was to finish his P12 bucket after starting from the back. P18 takes P13. Not a race they would have wanted. Finishing out the top 10, pointless this evening. We've got feature race to try and make that back up. Glock's first podium and win of CDR, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations there. Great battles once again in that sprint race. Chip did well holding the lead for the first few laps, but when Glock took that position, no stopping him there. There's your final race results. James just missing out on that podium. Great battle with Luckman. Them last couple of laps. Under big pressure from Luke and Fake Scouser behind though. Just the one DNF in JJ Latto. Sun's come out for the feature race. Dry compounds DRS will be activated this race. See if Glock can pull another race like that out from the front this time. Going to be under big pressure though. We're going to have a mixture of strategies we usually do in this F2 season. People are going to try and hang on to the soft compound a bit longer. We will see who goes for what in just a moment. See if Richie can make up for a disappointing DNF last week. Can Rick, after a poor qualifying, try and fight his way through the grid? He's starting P17. Got to podium setter last week with Harold starting P2. Can he take the fight to Glock this evening? Try and invite Richie back. I was trying to get. Hopefully, don't have any more connection problems. Everyone's doing quite a fast out lap. It's like a racing lap this. Let's have a look at the tyres. What everyone will be starting on. Mixture once again. Pole sitter Glock going for the hard compound tyre. Two behind him in Harold and Richie starting on the softs. Then we have Fake Scouser on the hards, Luke on the softs, Mechanical on the hards, we're on the softs. Big mixture in that top 10. Quite a few further back opting for the softer compound. Let's see how many laps these soft tyres can hang on for in these look like quite hot conditions this evening. Must be why quite a fast-paced outlap by Glock, trying to get the temperature right into my tyres. Doesn't want cold brakes and tyres going into village. Those fake scouts are missing his marks there. So does Were. Last couple now pulling up to the grid spots. Is Harold going to just try up the inside of Glock going into turn 1? Is wide enough for side-by-side action all the way to turn 4. Lights out, amber off for the feature race this evening, as Glock has already lost the lead there to Harold off the start line. Richie also trying to send it up the inside. Chip's just made it past. We've got James dropping down the order as well. Fake Scouts are getting past Were as Richie's all over the track there. Everyone swapping, changing positions there. It's that quick, I can't keep up. Glock is going back past Richie though, taking third. Richie back past Glock. Carl looking side by side. Fake Scouts also getting past Glock. Had a bit of a terrible start, dropping down to P5 in the opening lap. JJ had just got past him there. Someone went wide on the exit of the Cops though, as we go through Baggots and Beckett's. To P8, so the position changes after that hectic lap there. Harold up 1 into P1. Looks up 3, good start from him, he's up into P2 already. And softer tyres definitely worked for them too there. Biggest loser is James, he's down 6 into P4C. As well, after starting on pole, winning the sprint race. Catastrophic start for him, he's down in P6. Got Luke hunting down Harold in these opening phases of the lap, of the race. Bucky's just made it past James as well. Got Scouts from Worgley side by side. Making moves, Chip also making moves on Mechanical hanging it round the outside, does concede the place of Chip. This is 4 wide going out of Brooklands there. Bit of contact. Very wide in Cox. Carl, 3-second time penalty already. Richie, is he going to make the move on Luke? He won't be seeing that clutching, but that's his not ideal. Single file into Vale. Rick not made any inroads whatsoever from P17. Every position does score points in this feature race though, so it's worth sticking about. A couple of points could mean difference of places at the end of the season. Got JJ making a move on Max. He's in front, but Max later on the brakes down the outside, got the inside line for the next set of corners. back past there. Oh no. No, did make the move. A couple of people going wide in Cops again. That will be another warning. Which is just a couple of attempts further away than he was that lap, and he didn't make the move that time. Block's a bit closer on Scouser. Jinx up the inside, thinks better of it. Got Carl and Max still going side by side. Lucky also very close to Max. As Ware puts the fastest lap in. As he's hunting down Richie. Went very deep into two. Ware's going to have a bit of trouble fighting that Red Bull livery car of Richie's there. Better shot of Richie. Trying to get close to Luke, just not close enough. Lucky and Max still side by side, as they have been for most of this lap. Lucky's going to have the inside line. Lucky makes that move stick. Oh, as he just goes out of track limits and picks up a time penalty for that. Which is only 2 tenths behind him now. He is a lot closer than he was the previous lap. Luke sticking to the middle there. Richard tries the up the inside. Oh, bit of contact there. That's connection issues. That Luke does keep that place though. Don't want to see any instant related connection issues there. Battle on track for that P10 spot at the moment between Carl, Wookie and Max. Wookie chasing Carl for P9, Max on his tail for P10 as he goes quite deep into 2. That's just let Wookie off the up a couple of attempts there. Try at the inside this time. No. He's going to have a bit more speed though. Going to have JJ on his inside in a moment. Oh, big penalty for Luke. 3-second time penalty for the runner in P2. A long way to go yet. Rick finally making moves, he's up into P14. Just made the move on James. Rich is making the move on Luke. He made the move on Luke. So we have people boxing for the hards. Lap 5 of 15. Harold carries on the hard. Oh, he's on the soft, sorry. Harold and worst day out. Obviously, Fate, Scouts, Clock and Mechanical all move up after starting on the alternate strategy. Going longer first stint, shorter on the soft tyres, less fuel. After pitting, has dropped them all the way to the back of the grid. Is that the right strategy? We will see. How close are these two coming out the pits? Is Luke going to try it up the inside? He thought about it. Let's Richie stay there for the time being. These laps are crucial for these guys. Nice 3.5 second gap out in front of Richie there. Bit of clean air to get them tyres up to working temperature. He could do without battling Luke though. As well, picked up the time penalty as well. Them soft tyres starting to struggle now. We'll see with the lap times of these two next lap around if they're quicker than the soft runners out in front. Block and Fake Scouts are going side by side and towards Vale. Nice move from Block there, taking that third place back. So now got Were into the pits. Harold's staying out again. Everybody else deciding to box. Whooper stayed out, sorry. Max stayed out, so blue stuff. Thinking now's not the right time to throw on the hards. Harold out in front by 4.5 seconds. Got back up into P2 after them pit stops. Mechanical and Fate Scouts are both on the hards. This is battling for position. Were pitted a lap after Richie and Luke has actually overcut them there. Great out in laps from Were to pull that gap. 7 seconds? No. 3 tenths. I was going to say, that's a big gap. This is your battle for the net lead at the moment. You got Were winning at the moment. Richie P2 in P12, P2 technically, and Luke. As Richie makes it past Were. Tyres a bit more up to temp. If we're going to try and hang it, does get that position back. Richie just tucks in behind as we start lap 9 of 15. These out. Oh! Richie lost it on exit. He makes the loses the place there to both them drivers, as we have Wookie and Max Mario now into the pits. Throwing away them soft tyres. Definitely had enough of them after 8 laps. Where's pulled a blinding strategy there? As Luckman picks the next time penalty up. Quite a few on the board at the moment, so have a quick look through them. Fate Scouts are on 3, Luckman's on 3, Were's on 3, Luke, Nerfpack and Wookie are on 3, Carl the other one with 6, no he isn't, Kane also on 6 seconds. Everyone to P8 haven't pitted yet, and Nerfpack also not pitting in P12. Front 3 do come in now. 6 laps on the softs for them. Where is this pack gonna come out here? People on the opposite strategy coming to Vale. Everyone coming. These are coming out of the pits. These are coming round the final corner. This is going to be tight. They all miss out. Wow. Yep, so Were and Richie. Glock does make it out in front of Luke though. Right in the middle of that pack, so he's got to get past Oliver Richie and Were now. Everyone in front. Let's have a look. Harold as well. Were tried the move on Harold there, bit of contact. That's allowed Richie to get through. That's going to allow Harold. Oh, big contact there from the two drivers, 6 and 7. Wheel locks. Not what you need, that's just allowed Harold and Glock to get through. Glock would be rubbing his hands together with that one to see them two drivers go off in front like that. CV Gold up 12 positions, obviously yet to pit. Harold's net P1 at the moment after boxing off the softs. Top 3 now decide to pit. CV Gold's coming in also. These are going to become the race leaders. P1 we've got Harold, P2 we've got Glock, P3 is CDR Luke under big pressure from Tate Scouser though. Tate Scouser's another move up the inside, makes it stick. Nearly contact between Harold and Glock. Glock will have that DRS. Takes the inside, then the outside. Later on the brakes, tries swinging it round the outside, does make that move on Harold, takes P1, cracking move from Glock there. Later on the brakes, dummied to the inside, went round the outside. Harold couldn't do much about that at all, and Glock is out in P1 again. Just like he got a rocket ship in the back of that car tonight. Already pulled 6 attempts in 3 corners. Just dropped back slightly from Scouser. Got Lutman close with James, a bit further back. Scouser makes the move on Harold, he's up into P2. Will Harold have the better tyres towards the end though? 5 laps to go. Scouser will be fuming with that time penalty, all that will drop him out of the podium places as it stands. Picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Richie is back in front of Were after that slight bit of contact. Can't see if anyone has damage or not. Chip down into P13. It's not just a feature race to remember for Chip. That was backhand, that was Were going. Oliver going wide there. Needs to be careful not to pick up a time penalty. If he does, he will lose them places he could possibly gain through Scouser and Luke. These two still battling, as they have been for most of this race. Seconds. Is Were going to try up the inside in turn 1? Or is he going to try a fake Scouser move into turn 3? decides to sit behind Ollie Richie this time round. Quite a couple of gaps. Another pack of cars behind. Rick's up into P10 now. Not bad going for Rick. Damage limitation after that poor qualifying. Everyone just around 4 or 5 tenths behind the car in front at this moment in time. Mechanical is at the back of that, and Luke picks up another 3-second time penalty. That was just thrown him a bit further down than it would have done if it was just the 3 seconds. Big mixture of tyres out on track at the moment. Glock and Fake Scouts at 3-lap old softs, 3 laps to go. Luke pitted 3 laps earlier than Harold. Harold's picked up the pace this season. This could be another podium if he can handle this one out. It'll be 2 in 2 weeks for him. Which is just that bit closer to Luke now, this time going into turn 1. No one making moves up to now. Battle going on turn back with Kane, Carl and CV Gould. Taking quite a tighter line. CV Gould will have the overspeed there after that exit and does make that move. Oh, that is Kane, sorry, going. No. Anyway, look like Carl. But just a 1.1 second lead this time. He's got another big battle. These 5 cars still. Richie just can't make that move on Luke. Doesn't need to be too brave, can't just sit behind and take the position anyway with the time penalties, as that's just put his mind at rest with Were behind, picking that time penalty up. Great battle for the top runners, putting on a show for us this evening. Fate Scouse has just wheeled Rock in by a couple of attempts. He's in that second DRS detection. His rear wing will be open this time round. Richie in the middle of this squabble for the final podium spot. We've got a 5-second gap to Lucky behind. Mechanicals at the back of this train. Made it past Luckman, he's up into P9. Mechanical putting Ware under a bit of pressure in this final lap. This is on board again with Richie. He's got Luke and Harold just in front. Just 4 attempts now in this final start time. We're in sector 2. As we come towards Cops for the final time this evening. Clock with an absolutely stellar night tonight after the win in the sprint. Starting on pole position. Looks like he's about to take the win in the feature race with a broken front wing to go with that. Let's see when that happens. Rich is still trying to make his way past Luke, but can't seem to do it. He's a bit closer going into this last DRS straight. Is he going to try it up the inside this time? No, I think it's better of it. Just 2 attempts separating the front 2 now as we come into the final couple of corners. No penalties for Glock this race. That will be the second win tonight for Glock. He does take P1 in the feature race. Fate Scouser does take that P2 even with that time penalty. Harold on the podium once again takes P3. Biggest winner out of all that is Wookie P8. He's up for 11 places. Biggest loser will be Bloomster P18. He's down 7. Only DNF is JJ. Fair play to Chaos, still riding it out. Everyone finishing up now. Coming to the Vale chicane. He'll be the last to cross the line. And that is it for round 3. Closing celebrations for number 3. Congratulations to Glock. Harold on his second podium in 2 weeks. And Fake Scouser also on the podium. Let's get the final race results there. Glock does take P1, Fate Scouser P2, and Harold does take P3. Richie, unfortunate there, does just miss out in P4. Just the one DNF again in JJ. CDR Luke, I think he left too early, so that's put him at the back of the grid. Yeah, Wookie from P19 up to 7th. Great drive from Wookie. Let's get the drivers in for a quick chat, and then we will call it a night. Where are these now? There's Harold. Let's just try get Glock back. Let's see if any of these two have Glock as a friend. If not, I'll have to get him added for next time.
Alright, mate.
Good evening, sir. How are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh, good, mate, good. You're the only one to join us now, Steve Harold. Do you have Glock as a friend by any chance?
No.
No. It won't let me. I can't find him on the... it's not coming up to invite him in the chat. Evening, Harold. Harold. Hello. Not too bad. How are you, mate? Yeah, not too bad. I can't. Are you friends with Glock by any chance? Have you got Glock on your friends list? I can't invite him to this for some reason. I'll make sure I'll get him added for next time. But we'll carry on with you two. Harold, start with you. Second podium in 2 weeks. You must be happy with that, mate. Good start to the season for yourself there. Right, okay.
Please share.
Oh, actually, what
Still
you
ain't got
running?
a clue of the tyre pressures.
Oh, I'm the same with F1, mate. Not got a Scooby-Doo.
Oh, F1's more or less the same every track.
Yeah. Why does it actually really make a difference in these cars? 'Cause to be honest, mate, I've not drove these cars. I just do the comms. I haven't got time to do the practice, you see. So, does it really make that much of a difference?
Yeah, you get more turning as well.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah, so Scouser, new to the league, straight in with a podium, mate.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I didn't even expect a podium tonight, not gonna lie.
It always happens that, mate. The ones you're not so keen on or you're not feeling it, you end up pulling it out of the bag.
I spent 45 minutes on TT and I just about beat a Thomas at 3 months ago.
Bloody hell. Bit of a crazy wet race in that sprint. How did you find them cars in the wet?
Yeah, not too bad. It was frustrating, stuck behind people, but it was fun at the same time.
Oh, right. I'll let you two go and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday nights, mate. Cracking race by the pair of you. Absolutely great battles. Fate Scouser, I've got to mention, absolutely cracking overtakes into turn 3. Seeing 2 of them on the stream.
One on Luke. The other one was Wes. Is it Wes?
Well, Nat,
I'll
but
just call
he's
him
put it
Nat,
as were
yeah.
to confuse everyone.
Nat
Yeah,
the
Nat
twat.
cracking overtakes. Some more of them, please, will do.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah,
See what
man.
I can do. I
Right,
had a good
round you up
battle
there,
with
mate.
Glock as well.
You what, pal?
I was saying I had a good battle with Glock as well.
Did you? I didn't see that. It's hard to catch everything on the stream. It really is. There's that much because the grids are that tight in F2. It's not like the F1. After a few pit stops, you do get a bit of field spread, but first 10 laps, mate, it's absolutely crazy on the stream.
Yeah, look, I said to my mates, James and Dave, when I invited them, this is the closest grid I've ever seen in F2.
Yeah, that's what we like. And you've got all three tiers of drivers in here as well, so it shows that the F1 pace doesn't mean anything for the F2 pace.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Nah, so you
Otherwise, I'd be at
practice.
the back.
Yeah. Nah, your practice is paid off, mate. You've been up there twice now, so keep it going.
Cheers.
And Scouts are you as well, mate. A couple of races I've seen you race, you've got the pace, so just need to keep up
You mean
there.
Harold?
Right, yeah, man. No worries. Right, that's it for round 3. Join us same time next week. We've got F1 on Friday, tier 1 and 2, that's 8:30. Tier 3 is Sundays at 8 o'clock, so join us for that. For the F2, will be at the same time next week, Tuesday at 8:30, so we'll see you again soon.